Hello and welcome back to Umineko.
I
Sorry, I had to do a quick little stretch. Here. Alright.
have chips in my mouth.
Huh?
I have chips in my mouth.
Ah. Alright, let's just hop right in. Oh,
Oh, great. Am
okay.
I gonna have to talk?
I think you might have to talk, yeah, it looks like... Okay, now I remember where we are now. Alright.
What was that, Udonove? What a boring anticlimax.
Are you not a mighty great witch, milady? What happened here is hardly worthy of your concern. He didn't like you to let the provocation of someone like Shannon get to you.
Hmm.
What was it that had Beatrice so irritated? Was she still unable to remove the thorn of Shannon's words? Renove had laughed lightly, as though lamenting the complexity of humanity in a woman's heart, and ordered the seven sisters to go. After all, there were still two sacrifices left for the first twilight. The seven sisters disappeared in ecstasy. Oh, hardly even worth a time clock loading screen, huh? It's just like 2 minutes
Uh-huh.
passed. Goda was doing the nighttime rounds. Rokkenjima had always been empty, except for the Ushiromiya family household, so checking that the doors and windows were all closed had no real purpose. However, ever since the time Natsui had condemned such an attitude as being careless, the nighttime rounds had become part of the servants' daily routine. In the first place, Natsui had ordered this because of the occasional witch disturbances. Everyone who came and left this island knew about the legend of Beatrice, the Witch of the Forest. It had become established as this island's characteristic ghost story. Because of that, it was only natural that some people would claim that, when they thought they were alone in the mansion, they would hear a strange sound or see the shadow of a person. However, when that created a little too much of a disturbance and reached Natsui's ears, she made a fuss, thinking that some suspicious person might have been entering and leaving. Apparently, she had roused all the servants and had them check throughout the mansion. Because all of that panic over the witch had happened before Goda's arrival, she only heard about it from the more senior servants. Ghost stories like that could be found at any workplace, even at the hotels and restaurants Goda had worked at. I was gonna say not I've never heard a workplace ghost story, but no, I actually have. Where I work, there's a ghost story. There's a supposed ghost living where I work.
Would love to hear about it.
It's just like it's not really anything too special. It's just girl ghost hanging out. So when he had heard about the story on this island, he'd given a forced smile, thinking, ah, so they have that kind of thing here after all. That forced smile aside, he had figured that, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and had taken it seriously. Goto went along with it on the outside, but in his heart, he assumed it to be a childish trick. At first, that is.
This certainly is eerie. Yes, I can see why it was so easy for past servants to get into a panic.
He could understand how someone doing the rounds on an eerie night like this might believe they'd seen a ghost if they saw a lace curtain waving in the breeze from a window that hadn't been closed.
So if you make fun of the witch of the portrait, there's a curse. It seems as it seems there was even a servant who received a serious injury and quit. Well, I wouldn't want that. Think of my age. I probably wouldn't be granted a workplace this hospitable again. Ah, Witch of the Portrait. I'm working sincerely, so please give me some peace.
Goda prayed to the portrait, his hands together, as though he was at a Shinto shrine. Well, I'm sure it's nothing. At that time, he thought he heard a sound. The kitchen? Was that the sound of something metal falling on the floor? Maybe a mouse or a cockroach had come out and knocked over some of the dishes. A cockroach?
Huh?
How big is that fucking roach? Goddamn.
They're pretty big.
But to knock over some dishes loud enough for Goda to hear it throughout the mansion?
You think a cockroach couldn't knock over, like, I don't know, a bowl or something?
I don't think I've ever seen a cockroach in real life, actually, so I don't know how big they are.
Yeah, that's fair. I haven't seen many in real life, mostly like at like I guess zoos and stuff.
Hmm. All right, to your left we have elephants. Look at those guys. Next to them we have the giraffes. Oh, look at them. Look at so tall. And to the right we have some cockroaches.
No, I swear I've seen some
I know logically
cat
there's like probably some like tropical roach or some shit like that that would be kept.
tropical roach.
You know what I'm trying to say. That would be kept at it, but I just love the idea of just an entire exhibit like right next to the fucking elephants or like the tigers. It's like, here's some cockroaches.
Yeah. One of my friends has pet cockroaches.
Now, are they actual pets or are they sort of cockroaches that are in the house that they just decided,
No, they're actual pets.
okay? Because you know how sometimes there's just a bug in your house and you're like, I'm not gonna bother you, and you're not gonna bother
Oh yeah,
me.
I do that a lot with spiders because they keep other bugs away.
Yeah. I, I would do that with spiders too if it wasn't just fucking spiders in here.
Yeah.
I get no
Oh,
other
great.
bugs other than fucking spiders. And I wouldn't say I'm afraid of spiders, I just don't like spiders.
Yeah, fair.
It's, it's like I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid of squirrels, but if a squirrel's in my house, I'm gonna be pretty frantic, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's how I view spiders.
Mhm.
Like I don't like them in my house. This is my space. Get the fuck out of here. They're not paying rent.
I was gonna say neither are you.
Shit. Okay.
Give them some give them some credit. They're allowed. They deserve to have a home, even if they're not paying rent. I support squatters.
No, no. How could that be? It was usually cleaned thoroughly. He check out what that noise was what that noise really had been. Goda entered the kitchen. He turned on the kitchen light. When he did, he heard a strange sound. Um, was that clanky enough?
No, you have to voice it out.
Clank,
You should
clank,
actually
clank,
say it.
clank, 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 clank.
I was goofing. You didn't
To a cook like Goda, the sound felt like the lid on a pressure cooker or something shaking. Surely there wouldn't be a. It just turns into Ratatouille. Fuck. Ratatouille,
you think
but
Goda
Goda as linguine.
you think Goda's skills are real?
We go back and
And
every time he's
now
been cooking, we look at him and he's actually wearing a hat.
did I tell you about how there's supposed to be a plot line where that
Goda.
Nazi
Yeah.
she
There's supposed to be. I don't know if
can
it's
you
been brought up
imagine?
before, but apparently there's supposed to be a plot line where Natsuhi was sleeping with Goda, and awful, horrible,
I was
bad.
I was just thinking, what if that was happening,
With a rat.
yeah, like, but for some reason, Remy Ratatouille is there.
The 13th person is a rat!
Do you think that fuck, do you think that he would be in on it, or do you think that he's like, man, get me out of here?
Remy's like Goda. All he wants to do is cook. I think he just want to get out
Mhm.
of there.
Well, clearly not all Goda wants to do is cook because he got fired from his last job because of an affair.
Wait, what?
Yeah, didn't wasn't that clear? Like that, that's like that's a thing.
That has not been brought up yet.
Okay.
It's like,
Well,
God, that's
it was probably meant to play into the whole Nazi thing.
yeah. A serial affair haver. Every time he has a new job, he has to start an affair with someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of his contract.
He signed an NDA.
Surely there wouldn't be a pot on the burner when no one was in the kitchen. Even if someone was using the gas, walking away from it would be quite dangerous. Just in case, just so that Goda decided to inspect the area around the gas range.
What is this?
When he did, in the corner with the gas range, the pressure cooker really had been set out just as he thought, but the flame wasn't on, and yet the lid was clinking. Was something fermenting and leaking gas? What could that be? Was there a mouse or something inside? What could there be? Ridiculous! When people were watching, Yoda acted as though he had a bold personality fitting for his build. He actually was a fucking pussy. He actually had an unexpectedly timid side to him. He was frightened that there might be something inside, and he couldn't bring himself to check it carelessly. In his cowardice, he grabbed a nearby wooden pestle, and with a clunk, he tapped it a little forcefully against the side of the pressure cooker. When he did, the clinking sound suddenly stopped. He could have been relieved that it had stopped, but the fact that it had stopped when he'd hit it was even more eerie. It made him even more suspicious about what was inside.
Hmm. Gulp. Mysterious phenomena do not exist in this world. Yes, witches and magic, things like that couldn't possibly exist. All phenomena can be explained with science. As if monsters and witches could exist.
He repeated that many times, trying to build up his own confidence. The gap between what he was saying and what he was doing was quite comical.
Who would believe in a witch? Who would believe in magic or curses? Come on. Show me what you really are. Take that.
Homie's talking like he's Joker Persona 5. I'm pretty sure those are direct. I'm pretty sure those are actual voice lines when you ambush an enemy in Persona 5. I'm pretty sure Joker's like, show me what you really are, and take that! Like, I'm pretty sure those are actually in the game.
You can't believe Persona makes Umineko references.
He removed the lid of the pressure cooker, and lying exposed there was the sparkling clean silver bottom of the pot. There was absolutely nothing frightening like he had imagined.
Whew. It's only natural. There's no way there could have been anything inside.
By now, Koda realized that he had been a coward. So, while he still had some doubts as to what had caused the lid to make that sound, he figured it wasn't a big problem and decided not to worry about it too much. Then he took the lid he grabbed and softly set it back down to where it had been. It's fine, it won't make a sound. Of course it won't. Witches or magic could exist.
Oh,
If you're wondering why my mouse was going nuts, I'm moving the chair that I'm setting my mouse on, and that's why it just went fucking everywhere.
I can hardly hear it, and that's what's really funny.
Oh no!
Song is really good.
It is really good.
Oh. E-
Too busy jamming out to the music to realize he had a line.
Yeah.
All the pots and dishes in the kitchen started clanking at once. It grew even stronger, so that finally the lid to one of the pots fell off. And from inside that pot, a slender white arm reached out. Lids fell off the other pots one after the another, and another, and another.
E- as as if as if witches could exist. As if I'd believe it.
When the number of arms grew to 7, loud, shrill laughter split the air. What a letdown! Bad that someone who can make such delicious food is such a lightweight! If you don't want him, I'll take him. He's all mine! Wait, I said no! I'll take him!
But what? What? Yeah. I love that sound effect, the poinging.
Yeah, it's really good sound effect. Come on, let's search. There's only one more. That old hag. Where is she? She isn't in the mansion. What about the guest house? First one wins, right? On search, search, find her, find her! Don't be noticed by the relatives in the dining hall, right? And don't get noticed by the kids in the guest house, right? Search in silence, kill in silence. After all, it's still just the first twilight. She isn't in the guest house, but she wasn't in the mansion either, right? Hey, I found her, she's in the rose garden! Why'd she standing around there without an umbrella? She's already given up, all mine, all mine, all mine! You blockheads can just sit there and watch! I told you no, this was mine! Come on, if we take any longer, we'll be scolded by Beatrice-sama. Let's take care of it all at once. There, found her, surround her! Come on, let's get along and do it all at once, okay? I! Oh, shit! Fuck it up! Huh? What? What is this?
What naughty girls. You wouldn't happen to be friends of that child, would you?
What is this? This old hag! There's got to be some mistake! One more time! Let's fucking go, Kumasawa! Why can't she defend against us? Move aside! One more time! No matter how often you try, it won't work! This person is good.
I am waiting for that child. Would you mind calling for her?
Do you really expect us to run errands for you like that?
There's no need.
Beatrice-sama! After all, even I have manifested by now. I was certain that you had awakened.
Run away, it's been a long time. Yes, truly a long time.
This person's talking to Ronove-sama without using sama!
And it's been a long time since I've seen you too, Beatrice.
She's not even using sama for Beatrice-sama!
Enough. Don't you know who this is? The name Beatrice itself is hers.
What?!
I only inherited it from her. This is my teacher,
Fucking huh?!
the previous Lady Beatrice.
God, if only we had face cam, you'll see me fucking freaking out! What?!
You should have face cam.
The previous Lady Beatrice? What? Gold butterflies appeared in ones and twos from the Garden of Roses and began to gather around Kumasawa. Then, after she was wrapped in a golden sparkle, she burst and disappeared, and Kumasawa's form was no longer there. Instead, there was another golden witch. The one who once taught the path of an endless witch to Beatrice. The only person Beatrice ever called teacher. Her hair was long, beautiful, and vividly youthful, and her figure in that elegant dress couldn't possibly have been mistaken for an old lady. No, this looked like a completely different person from Kumasawa. Shit, really?
Well, well, teacher. I never even dreamed that we would meet each other again.
Did you voice her, or did
Yes, neither did I.
I? Okay, I'll take it as you did.
I certainly never dreamed that my sleep would be disturbed. Such a troublesome time for you to awaken. If you'd remained asleep as usual, the first twilight could have ended without much trouble. Or perhaps I should be glad you're here. I was just getting a tad bored. As usual, it seems you're toying with sinless people in a vulgar game.
I want to see Battler react to this.
Maybe we will sometime soon. Yeah. I believe I taught you several times that the power of the endless switch mustn't be used to cause people trouble. Don't say that, teacher. Isn't boredom our natural enemy? This is just a little spice to escape from that.
What the fuck are you? This is the 80s. The NES has been out. Get into gaming, Jesus Christ.
The more corrosion advances, the stronger my power becomes, and the easier it becomes to summon my minions. But who would have thought it would release the seal on you, teacher, at the same time? It's precisely because I predicted such a thing would happen that I slept so very close to where you were. Though I prayed in my sleep that I would not be woken again. Being reunited with you like this is a very sad thing for me. Your cunning as always, teacher. Renove, have that young furniture step back. Furniture only serves its master. The master is responsible for all of her crimes.
Certainly, Madam Beatrice.
I'm kind of having a hard time making her voice sound distinct from Beato's voice.
Do you want me to voice her?
Um, I had I thought that since I was voicing Kumasawa, I should also voice her, but
When she
uh,
when she first appeared in the
but
beginning of this
also
episode, did you voice her or did I?
I'm pretty sure I did. I'll commit to it.
Here, give me 1 second. Um, yeah, so if you want to keep voicing her, go ahead. I'm going insane.
Yeah, I've already passed that name on to this child. Come now, step back. Furniture girls. I may give warning a second time. If you did not listen to the first. However, do not expect to receive a third.
Step back, seven sisters of purgatory. If you get dragged into this, only dust will remain. Back, everyone! Ronove and the seven sisters of purgatory retreated. After that, what remained was the Beatrice whose daring expression didn't falter, and the teacher Beatrice who had given up that name and wore a composed smile. Beatrice Jr. and Beatrice Sr.
Well then, teacher, what tea shall I prepare for our long-awaited reunion? Let's see. This reunion was longer in coming than the visit of a comet. Perhaps I will accept your hospitality. And if it seems a mistake has been made, I'll have you return my name and the title of Endless Witch. So, even the title of Endless Witch has a license renewal policy. As you wish, teacher. See how splendid your disciple has become. And see how far she surpassed you so long ago.
The air between the two Beatrices seemed to explode with sparks. Oh shit! Just, just by glaring at each other, they purged all spirits from that space. As they watched, the seven sisters shivered. After all, if they had retreated just 3 steps less than they had, they would have been turned to dust by now.
So come, Beatrice. Surrendering my name to you is the only regret I have in life.
Oh shit.
I will now correct that error by my own hands.
Oh shit.
Yes. You've got it wrong, teacher. My only error was becoming your disciple in the hopes of gaining such a puny level of power. Get it?
Kick her fucking ass, Beatrice Sr.
What are you calling magic? What are you calling the Endless Witch? All you've got is a power that can be gained just by noticing, right? And you act as though that's so great and impressive. Your turn's long over, teacher.
Shit, creator of this game discovered Windows Movie Maker transitions and went ham. I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. What the fuck is happening right in front of my eyes?
You poor thing. It seems my disciple is causing you trouble. I apologize.
Who the fuck are you? Why did old Kumasawa turn into a nature like this? Seriously, who are you? I don't get it. What kind of special effects are these? My head feels like it's gonna explode.
I am the witch teacher of that child. My real name is Beatrice. When that child succeeded me, I gave up that name, so I have no name of my own.
Like you've already said, your disciple's been a real pain to me! Please take responsibility to do something! Wait! I don't believe in stuff like this! As if witches and magic could exist! I won't accept this! Huh?
He's trying to understand this, but then he just realized he doesn't believe in it.
Yeah, he's so real! I mean, I'm having the
funny.
same reaction. I understand where Battler's coming from. I won't accept this messed up battle! Damn it, what should I believe?
That's just like you, hospitality with a very quick temper. I'd expect nothing less from you, teacher. It seems this is so trivial to you, you don't even feel like opening your eyes.
The camera moves slightly and it shows all the cousins looking at this from the windows. Like,
I wish.
what the fuck is going on?
But I doubt you'll be able to win unless you're prepared to wreck this whole island, see? Come, arise, shoulder war towers.
Fucking what? Did you just drop a fucking Magic the Gathering card? In response to Beatrice's summons, a terrific earth tremor split the rose garden. And on either side of her shoulders, two massive war towers sprouted and stabbed into the heavens. They stretched up 100 to 100 maroots tall. What the fuck is a maroot?
I'm searching it up right now.
Yeah, me too.
It's a reference to...
Yeah, to Nausea of the Valley of the Wind.
Did you look that up too? Or...
Yeah, I just looked up Marut and it just instantly came up with Nausea of the Valley of the Wind wiki, and then right under it references in When They Cry.
Yep.
And then a Marut family history, and then Marut from D&D. What the fuck? So it's tall.
Yeah.
Alright. And each had over 360 ports. They were war towers of the gods' army corps, which had prevented even groups of ancient heroes from invading their sacred grounds. As Beatrice elegantly floated in the gap between these two massive two-headed towers, she looked down on her teacher, sneering with a sense of absolute superiority. With the two massive towers lined up behind her shoulders, the witch looked very small, like a butterfly dancing in between huge trees.
Yeah. Don't think you can dodge it by turning into butterflies, okay? The density of the Twin Towers barrage would just make you a pinned bug sample and make you a madly stabbed pincushion, right?
Oh god, what are we about? Oh god, it's gonna be 9/11 all over again. Oh fuck.
It's the reverse.
It's the reverse side. Oh fuck. Over 720 ports opened on the towers and godly soldiers readied their multi-shot ballistas.
Is that the end of your turn? Famous last words. Blast away.
Oh fucking goddamn! Oh my god! Ah! The ballista shots that numbered over 1,000 were all fired at once, drawing a beautiful geometric curtain of death. The boor's sound as the bowstrings were played was probably even deeper than that of a reaper swinging its sickle.
Home, arise, fallen tower. Split the single language and let that sin be known.
She rides in the fucking Tower of Babel? The sky was stained in incandescent red, and from between the clouds, a blazing massive tower fell upside down. That massive falling tower and its rebels sucked in the thousands of ballista shots, so that not one of them approached the body of the witch who had summoned it. That's right. No group of people, no matter how large, could approach the mysteries of heaven. That was the reality of the fallen tower.
As I'd expect from you, teacher. If you do something, you always do it big. I don't know how to vocalize that. My turn isn't over. Come, arise, sons of Vivaldi. Bestow upon me a worthy spear.
Smothered, mate. Wait, is that what it said? At the massive crimson tower that had fallen made a terrible gold-colored explosion. A massive spear appeared from inside those flames, so tall like a tower that you had to look up to see all of it. It was too large even for a giant's hand. That divinely beautiful spear of the gods was so massive it gave the illusion that the fallen tower had turned into a spear of the same size. It was a spear of certain victory that none could escape.
Smothered mate is a chess thing.
Oh, okay.
Is a checkmate delivered by a knight in which the mated king is unable to move because it is completely surrounded or smothered by its own pieces, which a knight can jump over.
Okay, makes sense. Now say this nice and clear so I can have audio of it.
Looks like your twin towers won't help you now.
Hold on. Okay, I took a screenshot.
Shut up. How foolish to block off your means of escape on both sides. You can't defend even against even a single spear.
She snapped her fingers in command. The massive tower-side spear shot at Beatrice like a lightning bolt. It aimed right for the middle of the center of the Golden Witch's heart with extreme precision, as she danced in the gap between the towers like a butterfly, slicing straight through the air like a flash of lightning.
So you use Gungnir at a moment like this? You really are incredible, teacher. Burst, useless towers. Arise, giant soldier battle line. Fully block the divine spear with your shields and chests.
Shoulder war towers exploded in gold. They became several billion gold butterflies. Those butterflies took the shape of 7 massive armored soldiers. Each stretched a full 50 marut into the sky, and they lined up in front of Beatrice, protecting their master and holding massive shields that towered like windmills. She has a fucking Gundam?!
Multiple.
What the fuck?!
Clearly.
They were as massive as a mountain range. The witch behind them was like a small moon hiding behind the mountains. Once in the past, when the massive shields these giants held had been readied by the whole regiment, they protected King Wilhelm's castle, not only from arrows, but from the wind and the rain. When they had faced upwards and held their shields to the heavens, not a single raindrop had gotten through.
Foolish. The name of a witch who has forgotten to respect things sacred. Did you think that mere giants could defend against the spear of the gods?
Indeed. No matter how much human metal you are armed with, you cannot block a spear of the gods. A wonder epaulet mate by Madame. No way! Mitrasawa!
Of course I haven't forgotten, teacher. Come, arise, disciples of Hephaestus. Bestow upon me a worthy shield.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's mix Catholicism and the fucking Greek gods. All right. A golden whirlwind arose at the feet of the giant soldiers. It was a cloud of countless butterflies. They attached themselves to the massive shields like sparkling like they were a gold mirror. It was the absolute defensive wall given to a goddess by the chief of the gods. The Aegis shield. When the holy spear, which left a dignified tail behind it like a comet, crashed into the mountain range of that gold shield, there was a terrible thunderous roar. It was the creaking of the pillars that held up the heavens. The divine spear spun around and around and was sent flying in the direction of the setting sun. Impossible! He defended against the divine spear! No, that is not correct. The divine spear avoided her. It is the law of the gods that an absolute spear and an absolute shield must never fight one another. Although, in the end, it means the same thing as defending against it.
Your skills have improved from engaging in these fights so often. Or rather, it seems you're still as bad as ever at this kind of game, teacher. It's my turn to strike back. I shall follow the code and counter a spear with a spear.
Alright, fuck it, sure, that's the code. The giant soldier battle line, which had fully blocked the divine spear, readied its holy gold shield. The shields fell to the earth, making the ground shake. When they did, another gold whirlwind arose, and the 7 gold shields changed their form into 7 massive spears of lightning lying on the ground. At once, each of these giants lifted one of their legs high and firmly stopped on the tips of the handles. As the earth shook with a thunderous sound, the 7 lightning spears spun beautifully and flew up above the giant soldier's head. They scattered into a gold splash and began to fall before the giants. Each of the giants squared off, and with the force of their whole body, they kicked and smashed them. The broken pieces numbered exactly 30, and became lightning spears of exactly the same size as the original, which made 210 for the 7 giants, and all of those burst at once, with each splitting into 30 thorns for a total of 6,300. They became a barrage of thunderclouds drawing a beautiful geometric pattern. Then each changed into 3 bolts of lightning, so that 18,900 thunderbolts shot at the predecessor Beatrice.
Honestly, I'm just... Why did he... I'm just thinking, why did he decide to write math problems into this?
It's
Why
like
is he
when
doing so much math for this visual novel?
It's like when little kids are playing, and like, there, I stabbed you, like, nuh-uh, I'm wearing a diamond chest plate. Like, no, well, my sword has the curse of the Dragon Prince, which pierces, like, it's just...
Exactly what this scene is. That's so funny.
It's over! Beatrice-sama! I would expect nothing less from Madame. That bundle of almost 20,000 thunderbolts must have reduced the teacher's body to dust. There had been no resistance. Beatrice knew immediately that she had been fooled. At that time, from the direction that the sun had supposedly set, she felt the impossible rays of sunlight. A brilliant ray of light shone on her profile. It was the figure of her teacher, holding aloft the spear of the gods that had supposedly been repelled a short while ago. She bore a sparkle like the sun on her back and made it shine on the incarnation of darkness. As Beatrice watched, she was trapped like a mouse in a cage, cornered in a dead end formed by the giant soldier battle line. And now the predecessor Beatrice had seized a position directly alongside that line.
Playtime is over, Beatrice. Have I exposed my flank?
Her bold expression hadn't faltered even once, but now it was twisted for the first time. And faster than Beatrice could click her tongue, the predecessor Beatrice released the holy spear. As it leapt through the air, it changed its form once more.
Come, arise, Vergar brothers. Bestow upon me the giant smashing iron hammer of heaven. Giant soldiers, protect me! What are you doing, you blockheads?
By now, it was no longer a spear, but the whirlwind of a massive hammer that raised a sound like a windstorm as it flew through the air. It was a legendary hammer that had shaken even the king of the frost giants. The giant soldiers couldn't escape from that fear. So regardless of how strongly their master ordered them, they couldn't get in the path of that hammer.
Back rank, mate. Rest in peace. Damn it.
Before the whirlwind of that massive chunk of metal, Beatrice was nothing more than a mere speck. The instant the whirlwind started to suck Beatrice in, she appeared to change into a massive war tower. The iron hammer smashed the war tower, scattering tremendous amounts of rubble, but it did not reach she who had escaped behind it. Furthermore, when the smoke started to settle, the war tower had sucked in the massive iron hammer without crumbling and blocked away. Even the giant smashing iron hammer couldn't break the final tower protecting the witch. However, this war tower was actually the witch's last trump card. It was a war tower for dodging that could only save her from danger once. But this tower was impregnable. No weapons could break through it. At that time, the moon disappeared. As Beatrice hid in the shadows of the giant soldier battle line in the war tower, she looked up at the sky. When she did, inside the moon was the figure of a massive horse ridden by the god of war and death. The predecessor Beatrice rode the horse with him. His cloak had blocked the moon and swallowed it in an eerie shadow, and the spear of the gods was in his hands once more. In other words, it was a godly knight who had jumped over the ramparts formed by giant soldiers in the war tower, attacking from the heavens.
You got me. Smothered mate. It was fun, Beatrice. Oh.
Struggle to the death between the two witches with the same name was over. The spear that had been launched from the heavens pierced the ground. The giant soldier battle line and the war tower split up into countless gold butterflies, wrapping the area in a gold-colored storm. Then came the sound of thunder, and the sound of the falling rain and wind. If you looked around, the rose garden was empty. The butler and the rest were watching the two witches confronting each other. But Beatrice alone had changed. She had been pierced straight through by the spear, from the base of her neck and her right shoulder to her left buttocks. Okay. Unable to even reach the ground with her feet, horribly exposed like a pitiful pin butterfly tormented by the wind and the rain. Beatrice-sama. As expected, a truly fearsome person.
That settles it, Beatrice. um.
Beatrice wore a bitter smile of false courage, but a strand of blood dangled from her mouth, making her look even more pitiful.
The title and power of the Endless Witch. You will return them to me now, along with the name Beatrice. You are too immature to call yourself an Endless Witch. Stop. Forgive me, teacher. I was just fooling around, okay? I will take my name back from you. I shall return you to your original form. Perhaps you should relinquish this power which is beyond you, and live a life suitable for yourself. try to remember. What form did you have?
The predecessor Beatrice began to recite the words of power. When she did, small gold butterflies gathered near the skewered Beatrice and began to swarm about her. Like butterflies sucking the nectar out of flowers, they began to suck the magical power out of Beatrice, and it seemed to cause her intense pain. A cry of anguish issued from Beatrice's mouth. She had no longer had any power to resist it.
Try closing your eyes. Try to remember. What form did you have? Come, Beatrice. Repeat it with me. Let us sing a song together. Then it will be over soon. Let us end your pain as fast as possible. You're right. How long has it been since I've sung with you, teacher?
I'll sing with you. One last time. Darkness imprisoning me! All that I see, absolute horror! Just like, oh, whoa, whoa!
You're so silly. Come together now. Try to remember. What form did you have? Come, try to remember. What form did you have?
When the two of them began to recite the same song, more and more gold butterflies danced around, swarming around Beatrice.
It will be all right, my lady. You will lose your place as my disciple. But it will not change the fact that you are the lady I serve. After that, I shall read a book for you again. I shall bake you apple pies once more. Just like it was long ago. Come, try to remember. Yes, try to remember. Are you finally starting to remember? Hey, teacher.
Oh no.
Did you remember? That thing behind you? What is this?
And the predecessor Beatrice looked behind her. Sonic? What the hell? What are you doing here? There's an eerie hedgehog curled up there. No. It was herself. There was another predecessor Beatrice whose whole body had been packed with ballista shots, lying there like a pincushion doll.
Come, try to remember. What form did you have? Or maybe that's not right. Come, try to remember. How were you killed?
Predecessor Beatrice was stunned. Her form gradually began to fade away.
This is... When did you... At the beginning, I did not summon a pair of shoulder towers. There were 4 towers. Teacher, you carelessly stepped across the 7th rank, rogue boundary of death created by the 2 hidden towers, which were lurking in the distance on either side of you. It's bad manners of me to say check this late. I simply must apologize.
The battle had been tied at the very beginning. It had been over since the time the predecessor had leaned forward, readying her holy spear to attack Beatrice, who had been wedged between her shoulder towers. The hidden towers lurking on either side had bathed her in a windstorm of ballista shots from 720 ports on both sides, hitting and killing her. However, Beatrice hadn't wanted it to be resolved like that. She had wanted to let her teacher take her next move, and continue acting as though the game was still on. She had immediately revived her with the Endless Power, and had made her continue the game as though nothing had happened. Then the predecessor slowly remembered that she had already been killed, and began to vanish completely. When she did, the spear that had pierced Beatrice also vanished. Beatrice finally landed on the ground. There wasn't even a trace of a scar.
It was fun, teacher. If you want to play again, I'll revive you anytime. And after we've had some fun, I'll make you remember that you're a corpse again. See, I did everything you told me to, right? Didn't you tell me to always put my toys back in their boxes after I'm done playing with them?
Was it an easy victory?
You fool, it was a tough one. If I hadn't tricked her with the 4 towers, I would have been the one dead. What did I expect from teacher? But now I can stand proud. Now I've completely surpassed teacher. Ronove. Clean up teacher's remains a bit. I haven't lost my respect for her that much.
Certainly. Tonight's first twilight would become a little too riotous. Became a little too riotous. A little cleanup will be necessary. I shall see to it immediately. It's time to clean up. When Ronove snapped his fingers, blazing, sparkling eyes began to blink open in the shadows and darkness, becoming go-headed attendants that appeared one after another. One by one, they wordlessly stood at attention in a line behind Ronove's back. This time, what shall be done about the 6 corpses? Another closed room pattern?
I'm in no mood to think now. I'll leave it to you, Ronove. An extraordinary closed room to torment Battler, if you would.
Certainly.
Hey, what did I do?
Certainly.
Sorry.
Then it shall be extraordinary.
Okay, where's Battler? Battler, did you see my big moment?
Damn it! After being shown that through a magical storm, what can I deny? It's just witches existing. After being shown that tremendous flashy fantasy, what can I deny now? I can't get it anymore. It's like the last time too, but how can I deny these awesome, wonderful, magical battles?
Isn't that right? After watching this, you can't talk your way out of it, right? Okay, Battler, let me hear some ridiculous reasoning. Yeah.
Lady, your laugh is becoming undignified.
Oh, my apologies. But that isn't my fault. After all, if Battler tightly closes his eyes, grinds his teeth, and shows me that ever so bitter expression, it automatically slips out of my mouth, you see.
So, Battler-sama, why don't you return to the table without losing heart? Milady is expecting your counterattack, you see. Messing with me! How can I make a counter-argument? In the first place, everything was already screwed up when that tower sprouted up out of the earth. It's like that underground in Rokkenjima, there's a secret laboratory for building super alloy combining robots or something. And then pushing a button can make these strange towers sprout up. Hey, and then those huge giants must be the robots, or maybe an evil secret association's mega monster. Go fucking get it! Talk to me, God!
Are you okay?
No!
Look, don't cry, okay? Bang, bang, it's magic. If you want, I'll crush the moon and make comets fall like rain. I can even bury the whole island in those massive breasted nations you liked so much. See? Come on. Look. My turn's over, see? Show me a response. Launch your counterattack. You can't, can you? Except there's a quadrillion things you can't do. You're useless against this, right? You actually like this kind of fantasy, don't you?
Huh?
I get that. I get it. That's been going around on the streets lately, hasn't it?
What has... Oh,
In
okay.
manga and light novels and anime and movies. Some teenage brats get a whole bunch of strange special abilities and they blow up all sorts of stuff with the fate of the world on the line. You love that too, don't you? I know, don't hide it. You love it, right? Has the thing you love just been displayed right before your very eyes? Why do you believe it in manga and anime, but you won't believe in me? Believe it. Can't argue back, not after you've been shown something like this, right? He's yapping so much. Just look, answer. You don't need to think, you can just immediately say, I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama. Look, try saying it. I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama. Try saying it. Say it. Don't be embarrassed.
All I want Battler to do is to turn and look at her and just say, "You killed your teacher." How does that feel? Because I gotta say,
Why? Does he
I
just want to know?
I fucking hate Beatrice right now. Like, oh my god. I like hate her right now.
I'm so glad I don't have face cam, because I always make faces when I can't like verbally react to something.
Like, for all I know,
Oh great.
Beatrice Senior could have been a horrible person, but from what we've seen, Beatrice Senior was this sweetheart who used magic to try and do good and has seen it. It's like the fucking Sifu and Kung Fu Panda and Tai Lung.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that laugh.
yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna be able to do it, so I
You know?
skipped it. Um. Anyway, fuck, man.
Mhm.
Fuck. I think we're gonna end it there.
It's only been an hour.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that can happen that would one up what just happened as an ending point, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like, I doubt that there's something that could happen so soon after that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Umineko.
Yay.
This was a wild fucking episode. And I need time to process what has happened. So I hope you'll join us for next time. Bye for now, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye.